One, two, one, two.
Welcome to Dungeon Punks. I am Phil Cieplak, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. We are going to be playing Alien, the RPG, a little spooky one-shot. And at the table with me, we have...
I'm Leigh Eldridge, and today I will be playing Morgan Hirsh, the security officer. God has forsaken me, and I probably deserve it.
I'm Kirk Hamilton, playing Hannah Singleton, a tractor driver. I've stood on my own 2 feet for as long as I can remember.
And I'm Popp, playing Janice MacWhirr, survey team leader and union organizer at Hadley's Hope.
Okay.
I'm the boss.
The boss. Yeah, so as mentioned, we are going to be playing Alien, the RPG. This one-shot is from the upcoming starter set called Hope's Last Day. And yeah, today I will be the game mother, as the GM is called in this game. And yeah, I think we all know what we're doing, so I think we're going to get started.
Yeah, I totally know what we're doing.
Should we mention that we're all playing the pre-gen characters?
Yeah, so basically with the starter set, the game comes with 5 pre-generated characters, and each character has some personal agendas that are secret to each player. There are 5 that come with the starter set, but we only have 3 players, so I'm sure we might see some of the other pre-gens pop up once someone dies.
Why would we die? I'm going to look directly down into this egg.
All right, so we will kick things off. I will read a little bit of what's the story, and we'll begin. Hadley's Hope is a shake-and-bake terraforming and mining colony built 20 years ago by the Weyland-Yutani Corporation on the barren moon LV-426. It is also your home, and the home of 153 other souls. Life in Hadley's Hope usually means hard labor and few surprises, but 4 days ago, something unusual did happen. A wildcatter named Russ Jordan was sent out on an excursion beyond the Ilium range and came back infected with something. He died, and some form of parasite disappeared into the guts of the base. Security had no luck catching the thing, and somehow more people were infected. Rumors say more have died, and that there are more of these parasites than the operations manager, Al Simpson, is admitting. Simpson has called for calm over the intercoms, but soon after, a Weyland-Yutani corporate shuttle landed carrying the company agent Miranda Reynolds and her chief science officer Theodore Kaminsky. Simpson didn't tell the colonists why, just to assist the WY guests in any ways they could. Crisis or not, you have a job to do. 24 hours ago, you headed out on a routine survey run to the Sacrum Range to the south, happy to leave the base until this crisis blows over. 10 clicks out, Singleton's Dale Hotai tractor gave up like a ghost. A nasty mechanical crunch told you it wasn't going to go any further. Calls back to Hadley's Hope got a cursory response. You were told to wait, and they'd get back to your little problem once they had time. A day has now passed, and you still haven't heard anything. All further attempts to contact Hadley's Hope have been fruitless. No one is coming to help. The only communications you pick up are garbled. Your food and water are running out. The only option is to walk back and see what the hell is going on.
Bet this is somehow Hirsch's fault.
Let's kick off. We will start with all of you basically making your way back to the colony by foot. You guys are exhausted and tired. If there is a section on your character sheet to mark fatigue, please mark that now. I think it's below your health.
Fatigued?
Yeah.
So what's different?
We're playing true to life here.
Yeah. True to life. I am a 49-year-old religious man.
So you guys are basically hungry and thirsty. You are making your way back to the colony by foot, and it's hard going. I would like everyone to maybe just give a little quick description of your character, a little bit more detail about who you are and how you're handling the rough rain, making your way back on foot all the way back to the colony. And after you do so, I would like you to make a survival roll to start. So who would like to begin? Maybe who's actually leading the group back to the colony?
Yeah, that's probably Janice MacWhirr, as I'm the survey team leader. We got a real Sigourney Weaver type here.
Yep.
Close cropped tail, sort of a real choppy bob. Jumpsuit, a little bit open with the white t-shirt underneath. It's just your classic Weyland-Yutani worker look. Bit of a severe face. and she looks unhappy with everyone, which is pretty perpetual feeling for her. Unhappy with everyone around her, and also with Weyland-Yutani. I think she is mentally filing a grievance.
Just prepared for what to say.
Yeah, and just sort of, I mean, right now, I imagine we're just kind of marching along in silence, just hard march
Mm-hmm.
to get back, but keeping an eye on Hirsh, who she doesn't trust. And I don't know, probably thinks he did something that caused the tracker to fail. The tracker being it's more of a tracked vehicle.
Yeah,
than,
100%. Yeah, so for some reason the vehicle crapped out, and I guess your like squad engineer isn't present with this survey currently. The engineer, or I guess the mechanic, is Holroyd, who is somewhere in the facility for the time being. So
That food poisoning.
yeah, something came up, and I guess, the vehicle crapped out. But in any case, Stu, I would like you to make a survival roll then,
Sure.
following that.
That's just 4 dice for me. It's my wits. And there's a success.
So I actually did this a little bit backwards. You are no longer fatigued. So basically, you are currently hungry, you're thirsty, you have no food and water, but you're able to kind of push through the hard going on your march back to the colony, and you kind of fight the fatigue. And at this moment, you can now flip over your personal agenda. You can read that in private, and then we'll move on to Kirk.
Okay, Hannah Singleton, being a Weyland-Yutani employee, looks very similar to Janice, just a decade younger.
Okay.
And she is also trudging along, but just kind of not, super far away from everyone else, but maybe like 5 or 10 feet away from everyone else, or the two of them just kind of maybe muttering to herself.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a
Survival
roll, which is 2 dice for me.
Oof.
But Hannah's talent is she's a little reckless.
Okay.
So I'm going to say this is probably a stressed out situation
Yeah.
that her tractor has broken down. So I'm going to mark a level of stress to add a stress die to that.
Okay. And then you get to roll 3
So I
dice.
get to roll 3 dice. And that is 0 successes.
Okay.
And
No
a 1 on
6s.
your
And a
stress
1 on
die.
my stress dice.
Uh-oh.
Already?
Yeah.
Just right
Okay.
off the bat.
So right off the bat, you're stressing out. I would like for you to roll. So we're going to make the first kind of stress roll. How this works is you're going to roll 2d6. And when I say 2d6, I mean you just roll and add the values together.
Okay.
And then you're going to add your current stress level to the result, 9. And then you're going to subtract your resolve from 9.
6.
So on a 6, you are currently deflated.
Okay.
You cannot push any skill rolls until the end of this stretch. So I'm actually going to say, realistically, by the time you get back to the facility, you'll be able to kind of
Okay.
perk back up. But yeah, for the time being, could have been worse,
Mm-hmm.
but you're definitely not liking this march back to the facility. And you can go ahead and read your card, and then we'll go to Leigh.
So I am playing Morgan Hirsh, as I said, the security officer. He's a former colonial marine who went AWOL several years ago and moved to Hadley's Hope to kind of hide out. He's kind of scruffy looking, maybe like a couple days old, beard, hair probably needs a haircut, starting to go gray, and wearing like some kind of Weyland-Yutani uniform, like not like fatigues, but something similar to that.
Like a jumpsuit, or?
I don't think it's a jumpsuit.
Okay, just like
more
a shirt.
Yeah, shirt,
tucked in.
pants tucked in, vest, utility vest maybe. And he is kind of like trailing slightly behind the other two, just muttering to himself, like, everyone always blames me. It wasn't my fault. God damn it. And just kind of like, I can't move to this goddamn moon. It's always goddamn raining. He's not a very pleasant person.
Gotcha.
Goddamn MacWhirr made me go on this goddamn errand.
Yeah.
I'm not an errand boy.
Just
Was
dig-
that Hirsh?
Nothing.
Go ahead and give me that survival roll. See how well you are handling
Yes,
the.
so that's 3 dice for me. I got a 6. I'm
Okay,
handling it
so
just
you-
fine.
You are not fatigued.
Yeah.
You are able to kind of push through the hunger and thirst.
I was a colonial marine, so
Yeah.
at least I still have that training. Even
You
if
still have
I
that training.
ran away.
And we'll say, you're able to, after like a few hours trekking through the like dire conditions of this moon, I'm going to say as you're making your approach to the facility, Like the rain is just really starting to come down even harder now. And like almost by the time you get to the southern side of the facility, the rain's just like hitting hard and you just want to get out of the rain as much as possible. And that is when we're going to swap over. Oh, and you can also read your card, by the way, Leigh.
Yeah.
For the listener, we do have some fancy maps that I'm assuming were in the book that Phil printed out at the library on fancy stock color.
So yeah, you eventually find yourself at the southern section of the south wing of the facility. And as mentioned, the doors are just coming down real hard and you probably want to get out of the rain. So we can say that you arrive kind of right here. And at this point, yeah, the floor is yours. We're going to basically enter kind of a more like exploratory stage. As the southern wing doors open, you find that the corridors inside are like eerily quiet. You're expecting maybe some kind of people walking around. You're just waiting to like yell at someone to be like, what the hell? I've been out there for the last, few days without food and water, had to walk here on foot, and you're just like ready to unload. And then there's nothing, just quiet.
I actually think you see a bit of like a concerned look pass over MacWhirr's face.
Mhm.
Like, she's a union leader. She actually does care about these people here. And it's definitely worrying that no one is here. I think she's going to turn around and say, let's see what we can grab out of these storage rooms here. Just gear up in case we need anything we might need if something doesn't feel right.
Grumble, 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 need a drink, grumble.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, you guys are pretty light. You just went on like a routine survey. You guys don't really have too much equipment. You're pretty lightly armed and also just, provisions. You have nothing at the moment. So
I, for one, am fatigued.
yeah,
Am I still deflated?
you are no longer deflated. You can erase that, but you are still fatigued.
When you get stressed out, does your stress level reset also?
No.
No. Okay.
The only way to reset your stress is if you take some time, like what is called like a stretch. So like say like 10 minutes, to just kind of like hang out and chill. So if there are any like lulls, I will try to remind you to reduce your stress.
Okay.
Also, you can try to keep on top of that or actively make the decision to take a time out. Other than that, there are like certain consumables you can take, like drinking, for example. If you just like, I don't know, smoke a cigarette or like have some whiskey or something, you might be able to reduce your stress.
Okay.
But for now, Janice, you were saying that you wanted to kind of take a look through these storage units. So there's a storage unit to both your left and right, and pretty kind of standard fare. You do notice as you open the storage units, they look like they've been hastily ransacked. Usually they're kind of like neatly organized, but some of the stuff is like thrown about, but you're still able to kind of loot through them and see what you can find. So you can give me an observation roll. Before you make this roll, basically you can only roll once per room, right? But if the others want to help, you can help, and then you gain an additional die. This could be a moment like, so mechanically, like let's say you're stressed out. If you choose not to, you could be like, you know what, I'm not going to help. And instead I'm going to like take this time to cool off and like reduce my stress.
Yeah, I think recognizing that you're tired, you're exhausted, I'll be like, Singleton, take a breather. Hirsh, help me with this room.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you get one additional
Sarcastic
die.
salute.
And go ahead.
There's a success.
Just one?
Just one.
All right. So go ahead and give me a D6 roll, and I'll tell you what you find.
4.
Amongst the kind of garbage in this one room, we'll say that you're like searching this room for now, you find a med kit.
Okay.
So you can just put that
tiny item or gear.
Just put that in your gear. If at any point you need to reference any gear that I mentioned, it's all listed here. We'll just put it off to the side, and it kind of tells you what it does. But there is another storage unit if you'd like to look. So that it took about like a stretch of time. You managed to loot through this one room, but you can go to the other storage unit. At this point, Kirk, you lose that stress.
Okay. What about fatigue?
Nope, you are still fatigued. You
Okay.
need to basically get some food and or water to reduce that fatigue.
Okay.
But since you're no longer stressed, you can help out with this if
Sure.
you'd like. So
Add one more dice.
you get another
both of
die.
them.
Yep.
2 successes.
Okay, so in this room, give me 2 rolls.
It's a 4 and a 1.
So in this room, you find another med kit, and a fire axe.
Fire axe go under weapon.
Yes.
Should one of us probably take the extra med kit?
I've got training in medicine,
Oh, okay.
so
Yeah.
maybe hold on to both of those.
Is anyone good
Mhm.
with medicine?
Nope.
No.
No. Okay.
I'll give No, I'm the only one without a weapon as well, so I'm gonna keep that fire axe if that's okay.
Yeah, I have a service pistol.
I have a kniff.
All of my skills, I guess they are
Combat.
combat.
strength skills, yeah.
I mean, that might come in handy.
All of mine are agility.
Why?
which
Why
makes
would
sense.
it come in handy? What could possibly be happening in this station other than goddamn shenanigans?
All right. So you spend, maybe 20 minutes or so looting through these storage units. And, throughout the process, Kirk, you manage to take a little bit of breather, calm down, reduce that stress. And again, yeah, eerily quiet. Both of these storage units, look like they've been already looted through, but you were able to find some goodies kind of hidden beneath some, not rubble, but just like, I don't know, maybe there's some like coats or what have you that have kind of fallen down covering these med kits. And yeah, what would you like to do now?
Just keep
Yeah,
going.
there's more storage in the East Geo Lab if we want to see if we can get more stuff. But generally, I just want to make sure everyone's okay. So let's see if we can find people.
Yeah, find people, find a drink.
Not so concerned about the second one there, Hirsh. Probably stay sober if we're trying to help people.
Hey, I'm sober. Just gotta get a baseline and get this chill out of my bones.
We can say that whoever's like maybe leading, so maybe Stu for the time being, you can like move the marker and just say sort of like where you're going. We'll kind of like move, we're not counting squares or anything, but just kind of move like section to section. So like as you move through those first doors into the corridors proper, just to kind of explain a little bit more, what you see, these corridors kind of leading all the way to the end of the facility here, or of this section of the facility. All of you spot that, again, the corridor is eerily empty and quiet, but all of you see marks kind of on the walls, maybe a little bit like on the ground, what look like gunshots.
I would like to examine them more closely just to see if I can tell anything about directional shooting. I don't know. I was in the Marines.
Yeah.
I know
So
guns.
you take a brief moment to kind of assess the gunshots, and yeah, you just see that there's like, bullet holes in the walls. There's also like explosive debris.
Oh.
So there's like that black smoke on one of the walls, and there's just like waters dripping from like the coolant pipes like above on the ceiling, and they're just kind of like dripping down. There's like a little bit of like air hissing from one of the pipes at the other end. There's like that acrid smell of the like filtration system, but the power is still on.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's kind of functioning properly, although the lights are maybe, flickering a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck happened here?
And give me a observation roll as you take a look at these burn marks.
Okay.
Okay. They look like explosions.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the like maybe the ground and parts of the wall has just sort of like been blown away, and there's just like holes in some of the structure of the corridor.
Mhm.
But beyond that, it just looks like a fight happened.
Yeah.
But you see no bodies.
Sarge, or Janice, MacWhirr, I'm pulling out my service pistol. Something bad happened here.
Yeah, no shit. Hirsh. Really? Do the doors into the labs have windows?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Unless I specify otherwise, we'll just say that they're like fully sealed doors. By the way, to your right, your immediate right, you spot, well, not you spot, but this is like the service elevator that leads up to the second floor.
Okay.
And then this corridor just continues all the way along to the other parts of the facility.
We should get some more guns.
Yeah, well, let's check the storage room, see if there's anything there, and then maybe head to the Wayland Yutani office. There might be some information that lets us know what happened there.
Maybe
Okay.
someone's holed up in there.
Yeah, I feel like they probably gave themselves the better walls.
If you guys want to check the storage, I'll head to the office.
Let's stay together, Singleton.
For once, I agree. We don't split up.
All right, so go ahead, Stu, move the marker where you kind of want to start moving towards. So you want to go into the, what is that place?
Geolab
The
East.
Geolab. Okay.
So I think Hirsh actually takes point at this point and is just like, doing the gun like around the corner.
Okay, so you actually have your pistol out
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything. Yeah. As you enter the Geolab, you open the doors. I'm going to say all of the doors here are the double doors. And Hirsh, you said that you take point.
Yeah. So I'm like waiting for the doors to open and then I go in with like the
Yeah, so
gun
you-
first.
So Hirsh, you go in, gun, and like your face just goes pale as this room, the Geolab, is just a horror show. You see tables and chairs that are just thrown about. The air reeks of gun smoke and there's blood everywhere. Please take 1 stress.
Have a flashback.
There are bodies here, and there is a thick blood smear on one of the walls leading up into the air ducts.
They're in the walls.
What's in the fucking walls?
I think Hirsh is actually kind of having a mini flashback. It's just like they're in the walls to some like awful colonial Marines moon. I don't know what happened, but something bad happened.
And then, yeah, the rest of you file in here and you kind of see the same thing, right? Just the gore that has happened in this particular room.
The horror. Hannah's probably at the back and immediately just starts backing out of the room.
Okay. So you will say for the time being, you're kind of hanging out by the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The rest of you, you said you wanted to kind of push through and make your
I want to check if any of these people are alive still.
yeah, you take a quick observation looking around the room and it's just, they're all dead. There's not too many bodies. There's like maybe 2 or 3 bodies, but they're like parts of their limbs have been torn off and like their chest cavities have just been ripped apart or like blown open.
Do they have a pulse?
I think it's safe to say no, Singleton. Should definitely stick together. The fuck could do this? Looking at like limbs torn off and stuff like.
Yeah.
You ever seen anything like this, Hirsh?
By the way, Hirsh, it looks like, because military, they went down fighting. Like some of them looks like they maybe were like shooting, with pistols or what have you.
Okay.
Any of those pistols still around though? Now I'm questioning whether those help.
Yeah, one of you find amongst, since you're kind of assessing the gore here, you find a service pistol that one of them has like still in their hand.
Okay.
And it is the M4A3 service
That's
pistol.
the one I have.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so Hirsch is kind of like pulling himself together and he's like, I don't know what could... They were clearly shooting at something, but these are not... It wasn't something that's shooting back.
Yeah, unless they were like shooting each other, but you notice like that they don't have any gunshot wounds amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Like they've just been like ripped apart.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like actually like, I don't know, moving stuff with the toe of my boot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Hand
guns don't rip people's arms off.
Singleton the axe. I think you can do more with this than I can.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to get close enough to use that. But
And just
whatever can do
nervously
this.
put it on my belt, I guess.
I'm a better shot than I am a close combat person. So
Fair enough.
I'm actually, close combat is one of my best. So I'm going to have to find a hand-to-hand weapon.
I mean, it's only by 1 die.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So where to next? So you are still in the Geolab here.
the storage room I want to check.
Yeah.
There's also the manager's office linked
Okay.
to this.
So storage unit first.
Yeah.
All right. So you kind of wander over to the storage unit.
There's also the character in an alien movie in me that wants to look in that air vent.
Who's going to the storage unit? Because so Singleton, you were by the door.
Yeah.
But you've come in now.
I'm not going into this room.
Okay. So you're standing by the. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Actually, you know what? I don't have the fire axe on my belt. I just have the fire axe in both hands.
Okay. So I'm going to
Clutching it.
Yeah.
This is you, Singleton. You are just by the door for now.
Okay.
And you got the fire axe. And the 2 of you go into the storage unit.
I do want to try and get Singleton to come in with me and get Hirsh to watch our backs because you've got
Yeah.
the Singleton. Come with me. Let's search this room.
Yeah, very hesitantly goes in.
Okay.
Hirsch will kind of hang back in the middle of the lab, just kind of like head on a swivel, keeping an eye on that air duct.
Okay.
I'm not going to stick my head into it though, not yet.
Okay. If Singleton's going to help with the observation roll, go ahead and get that bonus die.
1 success.
Okay. So once again, give me a d6 roll.
6.
You find a magnetic tape recorder.
Environmental
Oh, good
storytelling.
advice.
I press play.
And it's the exact moment that somebody dies.
It's just the Wilhelm scream
Yeah.
that plays.
Yeah, what does it actually do? Record and play music. It is like, it's in the storage unit, so I'm going to say it's like maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some stuff recorded on it, but it's like from a while ago that like someone forgot to delete. Because it's like just, this all of these storage units are used.
Is it like the medical officer
100%.
recording of like
Yeah.
the first symbiote thing or parasite?
Yeah, it's like a little bit of the Geolab. Actually, it's a little bit mundane. We're going to say it's mostly whatever like the Geolab was
Moon rocks.
Yeah, they're just talking about like rocks.
Okay.
And it's like you're just like fast forwarding through it, and it's just like more rocks, and then you're like, okay.
This
whatever.
one is gray and sedimentary.
But you got a recorder if you ever need one. Unfortunately, the rest of the stuff is pretty like mundane and nothing super useful.
Hey, Sarge, any more guns in there?
No guns.
No, just tapes about rocks.
God damn it.
I
Could really use
I'll
some
hand
bigger
you the
guns.
tape recorder.
Okay.
And as you are making your way back out of the storage unit, who's in the middle of the room? Geolab? Hirsh?
That's Hirsh.
So you're standing there, you got your gun, and you're just kind of like looking around. And, you know, this is a lab. You got those like metal tables that,
Mhm.
you know, labs have with like various instruments about. And you're kind of going, you know, side to side. You're making, you know, your survey. And then just in the periphery of your vision, one of the beakers or some of like the instruments just like falls off the table and just like shatters. And you just like wheel around and you just see something like quick and not too
I
large,
shoot it.
but dark, just
I shoot-
quickly
shoot at it.
dart and like move
I
out
just
of your vision.
Unload on it.
Start making a roll. I'm going to say go ahead and give me a ranged combat roll, but
Okay.
subtract 2 dice.
Subtract 2 dice.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. I start with.
Where's the
Start with
plus
7.
2 on the
So
gun mean?
that means when you roll for the gun, you add that many dice to your roll as well.
So I add 2.
So you add 2.
So I subtract 2 and then I add 2.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't do anything.
I mean, yeah, normally you would have an additional plus 2.
Yeah.
Because you're stressed, do you also roll a stress die?
Yep. Always roll your stress die.
Okay. I got 2 successes and nothing on my stress.
Okay. So you just start shooting into
Blasting.
at this
I
like
just start blasting.
thing that you see quickly dart in your periphery,
Mhm.
and you hear like a strange kind of like screech, and then the blur, this dark blur, is gone. What do you do after like the kind of noise passes?
After
And I'm coming running.
Yeah, and then, like,
and be
yeah, all
Hirsh,
of
what
you-
the fuck?
Yeah.
I saw it. I thought I hit it, but it ran. They must be impervious
Hit-
to bullets.
Hit what? What they?
Small thing. It was a small thing. It ran. It was really fast.
A rat?
It was a big rat.
It could have been a rat. It had like a tail, maybe.
So I do have
Could've
an
been a-
M314 motion tracker.
Could have been a big rat.
Where to go?
I just point the direction. Where did it go?
It ran, we're going to say it ran like you were here, and
Mhm.
it kind of ran past you this way and like ran
the-
into the air ducts.
Okay, I just pointed the air duct. I
Yeah,
told you
let's
they're in
see
the
if I can
walls.
use the motion tracker.
Yeah.
and see if-
So you use the motion tracker, and yeah, you get like a little bit. It doesn't have the largest range, but you get like a little ping on it, and it's coming kind of from the central area, and it's sort of moving towards like this way, and then it kind of goes off the radar.
Yeah.
But you get a little ping, and then it disappears. You also get a couple additional pings from the Geolab West area.
Okay.
Not a goddamn rat. Rats don't move that goddamn fast.
I don't know what it was then, Hirsh, but I think we got people in the other lab.
What about them parasite things that were infecting people? Maybe they're still running around.
I think they did this. I mean, a rat didn't do this.
I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of them now. A lot of rats will get you. Ugh, a lot of rats. You don't want to know what a lot of rats can do.
I don't think a lot of rats can do this.
Big goddamn rats, maybe. They're irradiated by space radiation. They're giant, growing in the.
What are you talking about?
I'm just hypothesizing.
Okay.
We don't have time to worry about a rat that's not even here anymore. Let's check the other lab see if there's something moving in there. Could be our people.
Okay, so you regroup and you continue to move towards the opposite side to the Geolab West.
Mhm.
So as you're making your approach to the Geolab, you got the motion tracker in hand, and
Yeah.
like the pings are kind of getting closer. And as you open this room, you find kind of another cluttered laboratory.
I think before, can we like knock on the door and just try and
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
call
sure.
through it?
I wouldn't go in immediately.
Okay,
Like-
so you approach the door. Yeah, the door is closed, and there's like I guess maybe
Intercom buzzer or something?
I don't know if there would be an
Or-
intercom, but yeah, you could like knock on the
That's what
door.
I'm thinking. Knock on the door. Just try and talk through it.
Okay,
Just be like, y'all okay in there?
silence.
All right, we're friendly. We're coming in.
I don't feel good about this.
I'm not going in there.
And then you open the door. You know, you're still getting a couple pings. Now that you're kind of closer here, they seem to be coming more from like this area.
The sterile lab.
Oh, good.
Yeah, in the geolab here, you find just a cluttered laboratory and it is deserted. There's no bodies, there's no blood, but you do find a couple half-eaten donuts on the on one of the desks.
No one's in here, or at least
Something was moving
some's
here.
in the sterile lab. It looks like it's clear in here. No dead bodies.
I creep in, yeah.
Someone needs to learn to finish a donut before they start another one, but
Well, that's how you get rats.
Speaking of which, Stu,
Yeah.
there are actually windows
Mhm.
into the lab.
yeah,
So-
let's-
There are doors, you have to kind of go through the airlock.
yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll look in the window.
But yeah, as you
first.
look through the window into the sterile lab, you find, like, as you're getting closer to the window, you're like, pings are getting closer and closer, and you're like looking through, and you see another lab, pretty, sterilized. It's kind of used for experiments. And you see there's like a couple cups of coffee in there for who knows what goddamn reason you would drink in the lab.
Yeah.
But you see a couple cages like on the one side of the wall, and you see that there are like a couple mice inside the cage.
It's fucking mice. Let's go to the office.
Normal size mice. Hirsh is still like kind of hanging out by the door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lab rats. Lab mice.
But
It's fucking idiots who brought coffee into the sterile lab. Let's go.
And then as you start wheeling around,
Uh-huh.
you hear gunshots echo through the facility, kind of coming from further down the corridor.
Somebody's still alive.
Let's go.
I'm going to book it to the office maybe because that feels secure.
Which office?
The Whalen-Yutani office, the main
Okay.
one.
So you enter here.
Singleton, fuck, stick with it.
Sorry, you were saying this office or the Wayland Utah?
The Whalen-Yutani
Okay.
office. Just because I feel like that's probably the most secure place in the building.
Where were you trying to go?
That's
Stu?
where we were trying to
Okay,
go.
so you're all
Yeah.
kind of moving.
methodically, not running.
But Singleton's running ahead.
Yeah.
And I think actually Hirsh is kind of like dropped back a little bit and talking on the comm unit. He's like, hey, Wes, hey, Osterman, you there? You there? Hey, buddy, come in. And like probably hearing nothing so far.
Yeah, it's just been you're getting like static back.
Like puts the comm back in his.
Okay. So every once in a while you're kind of like
Yeah.
checking in on somebody.
And but then I like kind of catch back up with the group.
So you make your way towards the doors. What would you like to do?
Well, I assume Singleton's going to get there first.
Yeah,
'cause he
okay.
ran ahead.
You
I'm
just
gonna-
open the door?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you open the door,
Goddamn Singleton.
this was the manager's office, Al Simpson. And as you open the door, you just find a cluttered office that looks like it's been recently commandeered by the kind of the corporate agent that came in recently. And as you open the door, you actually find said corporate agent sitting on the far side of the room with their back towards you. And they're just kind of like slumped down. And as you kind of slowly make your way into the room and get closer, you spot that there's like kind of a pool of blood.
Before I spot the pool of blood, I've just been
Yeah.
unloading on like everything that's happened. Like we were stuck out there.
Yeah.
Tractor broke down. We came in here, gunched, like
And they're just like sat
Yeah.
back towards you, and you're just unloading. And as you're getting closer, you spot like the kind of pool of blood by their feet.
okay. Then I kind
Is it
of
a swivel
stop.
chair?
100%.
Yeah, I kind of stop and with the fire axe reach out and just like nudge the side of the chair so it swivels around.
Yeah, you like slowly turn the chair around and you see Reynolds dead. Their like abdomen has just been completely like ripped open.
I
Their
puke.
guts are spilt out. You take one stress.
Yeah.
You notice that there's like a key card hanging around her neck and it's like kind of covered in blood and she's holding it in one of her hands as she's sort of like slumped onto the desk in front of her.
Okay. I'll very gingerly reach to grab the key card, probably puke again, and then pull it back.
Okay. While you're doing this, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm catching up.
Yeah, you guys aren't too far behind. You like, we'll say that you enter the room now
Yeah.
and you see Singleton kind of like, I don't know, with this body. And I think you've wheeled the chair around. So
Yeah.
when you enter the room, you see the dead body as well.
Ah, Jesus.
It was like that when I got here.
Yeah, Singleton, probably. I imagine you don't have the ability to tear her guts open.
Like a goddamn crime scene in here.
Is there like a computer terminal or something?
Yeah,
that
100%. So for starters, as you pull the key card off, you notice that this is like a Wayland Yutani key card.
can- Mhm.
And you pretty quickly recognize that this is like basically like a starting card, like a secure card
Sure.
to start a shuttle.
Can I have pocketed that before they got in?
Sure.
Okay.
However, I'll say before you even like pocket it, as you're like grabbing it, you realize that it's destroyed.
Oh, okay.
So like you have the card, but you, as you're like assessing it before you pocket it, you realize that it's kind of damaged and would not function. But on the desk where there's like, you know, the splatter of blood, you see that there's like a comms unit and there's like, a couple computers, and you spot that on one of the comm units, there's like a blinking red light, which you recognize as like someone's trying to like connect
Yeah.
to the other side.
I want to try to communicate, talk to them, type, let
Yeah.
them know what's
Assume-
going on.
We'll get here
Yeah.
before you're able to do
Before
that.
that happens, you're already here. So if anyone wants to interject or do something else.
No, I think
No?
let's go for it.
Okay.
See if we can get some help or figure out what's going on.
Yeah, just try to tell them exactly what's happening, but in, a succinct.
So yeah, you like press the button to turn the like comms on, and after, there's like a little bit of static, and then after a moment you hear a woman's voice coming from the other side. It's like you can all hear it,
Mhm.
right? It's not like an earpiece
Yeah.
or anything. And you hear a woman's voice call out and say,
Reynolds? Reynolds, is that you?
Reynolds is dead. This is Singleton.
Singleton. Singleton. This is Dr. Kaminsky. I've been trying to reach Reynolds for a long time. What happened?
Reynolds is missing a large chunk of her torso, and there are many people dead in this facility. I don't know what's happening. We need help.
And Hirsh just comes up behind you. He's like, giant ass rats.
Not giant ass rats. Shut up, Hirsh.
Parasitic giant rats.
Probably something parasitic.
Something big. Sorry, this is Janice, MacWhirr survey team lead. Something big tore through everyone in the East Geolab. Think it might be in the vents?
Okay. Listen, I'm
I was
currently...
hearing gunfire.
Yeah, I heard some gunshots on the second level, which is currently where I am. Listen, I'm currently in the surgery room on the second level, but the door unit is broken, and I've been kind of stuck in here. I've been trying to reach Reynolds for some time, but if you want, you can come up to the second level, and we can kind of regroup, and you can get me out of this surgery room.
Might be safer in there.
Possibly. I don't have a visual on what's been happening. I've been trying to reach everybody on comms, but I haven't heard anything.
Do you know if there's any in this room in the like main office? Is there a way that we can get a message out to Weyland-Yutani?
yeah, there's like an ops center on the second level.
Okay.
I think we need to get to that op center.
Additionally, there's the shuttle on the landing pad, but you got to get out of the facility. And she mentions like,
The only way you can get to the shuttle is with a key card.
You got one of those?
I actually do, yeah. But I'm currently stuck in the lab. So if you want off this rock, you got to come get me.
Would Reynolds have one?
yeah,
She's
Reynolds
like
should
going
have
through her
one.
pockets.
I pull out the key card. It's busted.
Oh shit! God damn
All
it!
right. Sit tight, Kaminsky. We're going to come find you.
Roger.
And then kind of comms off.
All right. Well, let's head upstairs.
Okay. Basically, the stairwell is right here, just at the
Right
end.
across from the hall.
Right across from the hall. But as you're making your exit, who's the first person exiting the room?
Well, Hirsh has been taking point.
Mm-hmm.
Hirsh is
Wanna
taking point?
continue that.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So you're kind of exiting the room. You got your gun out. You're doing the like corner checks.
Hmm.
You do that as you check the corner, and the two of you are still kind of behind in the room. And Singleton, you're in the back.
Yeah.
And
probably.
as you're standing in the back, you hear a clap from one of the like, so if you're standing here just from the corner of the room, and as you kind of whip around to look, you see in the air vents one of those like, imagine those cover things with like the
slats.
slats, whatever. The whole like thing just falls off and crashes onto the ground.
As soon as I hear the noise, I spin around and have the axe up. And
Yeah.
when I see it clatter, I just book it quickly back out of the room.
Okay. As you're standing there for a moment, you just see like this slick black almost tail start to like come out of the vent, and then you like start backing away, and then you run.
Yeah. So as soon as I see this thing, I just start backing towards, just yell at everyone, get out of the room, and book it towards the door.
Okay. So yeah, you spot the kind of tail like begin to unfurl. You don't spot anything yet, but you just catch a glimpse and you begin to back away and run towards the door.
It's vastly unnatural.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah.
And
Yeah, and I would have also seen it because the clatter of the things. I
Yeah.
would have turned around. Though I'm pretty close behind Hirsh, who's already in the hallway.
Yeah, I'm already heading toward the stairs to kind of suss it
Okay.
out.
So as soon as Singleton runs past, I'm gonna just step out and close the door
okay, so
behind me.
as you exit and you press the button to close the door, do you lock the door?
I'm gonna roll a survival check.
Okay.
Because I don't know if I would be thinking clearly enough
Yeah.
to lock the door behind me. It might be in a Jurassic Park. They might not know how to use doors situation. And I don't succeed, so I don't lock the door behind me. I just close it.
Okay, so you
And
are
I'll be like, not a rat. We gotta go.
yeah.
What did you see?
That wasn't a rat tail. Giant black tail came out of the vent.
Okay,
not
they
a
have
rat.
tails though. They do have tails.
And as you're having this
It's hand to the
discussion,
head.
the doors, closes shut. You're like, we got to get out of here. And then, like 2 seconds later, poof, the doors just like buckle.
Go. Stairs.
Yeah. I'm just like motioning for you both to run, and I'll take. I'll cover us. Get up those goddamn stairs.
And then you guys rush towards.
Yeah, then I'll take point up the stairs. And if you're covering our backs, because I've got the gun, the other gun.
As you continue to make your journey up the stairs and you get to the second floor, from behind you, you continue to hear the poof, poof of the doors like getting smashed from inside. And then it stops. I'll say by the time you get up to the second level, the noise behind you stops.
Okay.
And you are now on the second level. Where would you like to go?
Are there any doors on the stairs, or is it just like open
No, it's
stairs?
just
Okay.
it's just one flight of stairs goes up to the second level.
Okay, we need to get to the med lab, which is where the surgery room is, and it also does connect to operations. So let's move up here.
Okay.
And are the doors open, closed?
All of the doors are closed. So yeah, you need to like open them if you want.
Somebody should have put some goddamn windows in this place.
Yeah. It's a very utilitarian, like not nice living situation.
Nobody expected to have to see into rooms before they enter them. I
No.
guess.
Okay, so you make your way towards the med lab. You're kind of walking past the morgue, and that's about it so far.
Any pings on that tracker, MacWhirr?
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Okay, if you're
Do I have to mark down power every time I use it?
yes.
So say I'm at 4 power now.
Okay.
Or I guess 3 if I'm using it again.
So if you're using it in this corridor, as you're walking towards the med lab, you get a slight ping from the morgue.
Not going in there. Shouldn't be people moving in the morgue.
No. Can we make sure the morgue door is
I
locked?
know someone's alive in the surgery room, so I'm
Yeah.
focusing on that.
I think because Hirsch is kind of taking the covering position, he's on his comm unit again, like, Osterman, you there? Wes, come on, buddy, come in.
I'm going to say you get a very garbled, staticky response, and you just hear like, and then like, and then like, static, and then just like,
Wait, where are you? I'm coming for you. Where
and
are
then
you?
in almost like a hushed voice, you can barely make out the details. You say,
Hey, Sarge, I gotta go.
No, stay.
No, I gotta go.
Hirsh. I don't know. Can you make like a command?
I
roll?
would say
Like-
you could make a command, to try to like,
Yeah, like Hirsh. God damn it! Don't leave it. Do not go off on your own.
we can make an opposed roll here.
Sure.
You could use also command, or what are the empathy stats?
Command, manipulation, and medical aid. I feel like I gotta go for manipulation.
Yeah, okay.
It's the same roll no matter what.
Yeah. Keep in mind, roll your stress if you have it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say there's like a goddamn monster behind us, Hirsh. I rolled a single success.
I rolled no successes and a 1 on my stress die.
Okay, so for starters, despite your instincts, you feel like you got to stay put.
Compelled.
You feel compelled to stay. And on top of that, you get stressed out.
Okay.
So please roll 2d6 and add your current stress level to the result.
That's an 8.
And then subtract your resolve from that. Your resolve is next to your health.
Minus 3 is 5.
Okay, so you rolled a 5, which means, hey, this makes sense. It's called loud noise. So you can just tick loud noise. You basically, if you were to be hidden, you just like, you are making loud noise. And, since you're not like trying to be sneaky, but we'll just say that you just start yelling. You can roleplay how this is, but you just
Okay.
you are compelled, but as a stress response, you just are like yelling and making loud noises.
Yeah. God damn it, Sarge Osterman's still alive and he's in the casino and I gotta go save him. He's my buddy and you gotta get this scientist guy, but we don't know him.
No, we need his fucking key card, Hirsh.
Fuck, fine.
Does Osterman have a way to get on the plane and get us out of here?
Fucking down. There's a
I don't
giant
know.
fucking monster behind us.
And then as you're having this argument outside of the door from the elevator, you hear like,
Get in the med lab now, you motherfuckers.
I just punched the door open button, not so hard to break it.
Yeah.
But like,
and then the doors open, and then, you all kind of like,
I think we all go in and close it, not taking the time to see what's in the med lab.
Yeah.
I think just knowing this thing's climbing up the fucking elevator.
yeah. And you rush in, and inside you
I
find.
think this time I do think to lock the door.
Okay, so you're a little bit more calmed a bit. You're not like fully panicking right now. So yeah, you close the door and you lock it behind you. Inside the med lab, it's a pretty extensive
There's 11 facehuggers.
room. What you find is a medical station that is, used for biochemistry analysis, a biological safety cabinet, and some cooler compartments, which are kind of like in this middle area here, or maybe over here. And the place is in shambles. Cabinets are kind of flung open and turned over. There seems to have been clearly like a mad scramble for medical supplies. On the northern side, there are actually windows. You can see into the surgery room. And in the surgery room, you spot Dr. Kaminsky. And as you kind of enter the room hastily, take a quick scan, and then you hear a boo, boo, boo banging on the windows, and you spot Dr. Kaminsky. There's also the kind of like stasis room and the office off to one side. But in this room that you're currently in, just the med lab, you just see kind of medical supplies that had been ransacked and the windows into the surgery.
We motion for the doctor to come out here.
So she is trapped in the surgery room, so she can't actually exit.
Okay, so we got to go into the stasis room to
Yeah,
open those
so
doors?
basically maybe she like gestures towards the stasis room and says that that's how you kind of like can get her out of here. And yeah, who wants to go into the stasis room?
I want to ask if she's all right, if she's been injured, if anything's happened to her. Why are you locked in there? Why are you trapped? What's going on? Why are you trapped in there? Have you been hurt?
I don't know if you can, maybe you can kind of hear her a little bit. It's like very muffled through the glass. And she just says that the lock mechanism on the stasis room like kind of crapped out.
on the surgery room?
Yeah, to enter the surgery room. So like if she's over here, you can see her trying to like push the button and open the surgery room, and it's just like.
Did she say what she was doing in there in the first place?
No. I mean, you can ask her,
Yeah.
but
I think Hirsh is being a selfish asshole and trying to get his buddy Osterman back on the radio. He's not paying attention, but it's probably not getting anything, just static.
okay. Yeah, so for the time being, she's just sort of gesturing to like let her out. What are you doing?
Does she look okay? Does she look like...
She looks fine. She doesn't appear to be injured.
Is the door broken in any way?
No, it doesn't look like obviously broken.
Let's press open, see if it opens.
Yeah. Okay. So you enter the stasis room.
Yeah.
So just as a quick thing, in the stasis room, this room is used to access the surgery room, obviously. And this is kind of like the biopsy storage section. There's kind of like regrowth tubes here along one of the far walls. And you can see as you enter into the room, along the far walls, there's like 5 large tubes. And you see these like white insect creature things with like long tails, multiple fingers, and they're just like floating in this liquid, and they appear to be kind of like shriveled up and like curled on themselves, almost like a dead spider.
Yeah.
And as you like walk past them to get to the door, one of them kind of like twitches.
Jesus fuck.
Are all of the tanks full, or is there like...
They're all full.
Okay. There's not a single empty one?
No, there's not a single empty one.
I think Hirsh, hearing like the shock and surprise, kind of like turns around and goes into the stasis room. He's like, what the? Like demon hell spawn. And grabs the cross around his neck and is just like...
Do you keep your distance?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then, try and open
And
the
then,
door.
so the door is like non-functioning. You press the button, it's not working. It seems like you might have to like jury rig it, like maybe cross, get some wires or whatever. And so you might need to do a comm tech roll to somehow manipulate the thing to open.
Could I just axe it open?
If you want, you can try to bust it open.
It's a big metal door.
But it is a big metal door.
Can I smash the windows?
Yes, you could also try to do that as well.
Oh,
Make
wait.
this roll.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
No successes.
So yeah, you try to like cross some wires to try to bypass the security system, and the door won't open. Like I said, the door is not broken. It's not like a mechanical thing. It seems that like maybe due to the lockdown that happened, the like door just got jammed shut.
Maybe
and,
we
like,
can just pry it open.
yeah, so you can either try to bust it down, you could try to bust down the glass.
Can I literally just try and like pry bar it open?
Sure.
Like find a table leg or something and...
Yeah, I think the axe would be the best thing
the
to use
axe,
for that.
Yeah.
Because that also will give you however many bonus dice the axe gives. I think just one.
No,
It
the
says
modifier is
no
nothing.
modifier,
Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. For the fiction, I'll give you
Yeah.
a one.
I'm just going to tell her to move back away from the glass and then just...
Okay, so you're going to fire axe the glass.
Yeah, give a big spin.
Which glass are you
I'm
in
gonna
the
go-
stasis room or
No, I'm going to
here?
go back out into
Okay.
the main room.
So you go back out
Yeah.
and you just...
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that a close combat roll?
Yes.
So 6, 1 for a stress die. I'm going to do this recklessly
Okay.
because those spidery, monstery looking things freak me the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then you said 1 for...
Yeah, an additional die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no ones on my stress die and 3 success.
Okay, yeah, that's fantastic. So you heave with the axe and you bury it into the glass and the glass just shatters. The rest of you are where while he's doing that?
Probably still in the stasis
Okay, so
room,
you're
muttering some kind of prayer
Okay.
against evil.
And with that, basically you have access to the surgery room.
It's going to help the doctor out
Yeah.
through the window.
Yeah.
We don't have time to search. We got to get to the operation.
Yeah, she kind of
get a
like-
message out.
Climbs out of the room, stepping over the broken glass, careful not to cut herself. And she's like, thank you, thank you. And she's wearing one of those like Wayland-Yutani lanyards. And she's like, listen, like we need to get out of here and get to the shuttle when we can. And she kind of like holding his like, this is the key card that will get us off the moon.
I'm the pilot. Should I hold on to that?
She seems a little bit hesitant to give it to you.
Okay.
She's like,
I'm not going to take it or anything.
okay,
I'm
yeah,
just,
she's just like, she doesn't,
Yeah, we need to get a distress signal out first, and then we can go to the casino, see if we can help get the people there, and then get out of here.
okay.
I don't want to leave anyone that's
Was there
still alive behind.
anyone else at the casino or just Osterman?
I have no idea. Can't get him back on the radio.
If you can get them back on the radio, maybe tell them to head to the shuttle pad.
I'll give it a
Okay.
try.
For now, no response.
I'll just keep like radioing every once in a while and like try and give
But
updates.
quietly.
Fine.
Yeah, gonna
So yeah, where would you like to go?
use the like back corridor to get into operations
Okay.
from the med lab.
Is there anything in the med lab that will make me not fatigued?
Some like food and water. Maybe you can drink. There's probably like something you can drink that might
yeah,
help
like-
you get rid of fatigue.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Distilled water.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you managed to like drink some water and that gets the fatigue sorted.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys move through the back and you're making your way through the operations. Were you gonna say something?
Oh, I just think that Hirsh is kind of bringing up the rear and mumbling into this radio and like accidentally hits a table and some stuff smashes and
Yeah.
it's like I'm making too much noise
Yeah.
again. Still, is that how
Watch where you're fucking going,
the
Hirsh.
stress and panic responses are supposed to kind of work? They're
Yeah.
continuous.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Until you find like a moment to like actually reduce your stress.
Okay.
So you have to like take time to basically reduce your stress level, and then as a result, the response also passes.
Gotcha.
Also, somebody can like command you to like chill out. I think using
I mean,
some
if
sort of
Hirsch is making noise. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna chew him out
okay.
as quietly as I can. If like we're in this like sort of little alcove between the two rooms, I'm gonna like grab Hirsch if you're making noise. I'm like, Hirsch,
Yeah.
fucking pull yourself together. Like, shut up. That thing is outside.
All right, go for it and make a command roll.
That's an order.
One success. Okay.
Okay. I will say with one success, your stress level is not reduced, but you are no longer making loud noises. You're
No
still kind
longer
of
loud noises.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you like maybe like get me like
Yeah.
by the lapels and are like, snap out of it, soldier. Sir, yes, sir.
As
I mean, I definitely don't use any military lingo. I'm just like
That's how Hirsch
Yeah.
experiences it
yeah.
though.
as that's happening, I'm just going to fill the doctor in on what's been like what we've seen, that there's a monster here.
As you're telling her this, like maybe in the back, she like is not surprised when you're saying like there's a monster. Like she's pretty kind of level-headed about it,
Okay.
and you clearly get the sense that like she knows more than
Yeah.
anyone here knows,
Yeah.
and she's just like nodding. She's like, I know.
What do you mean you know?
And she kind of tells you a little bit. There's not too much time to delve into it because you're on the move, but she tells you that they've been studying the parasites that were discovered. And, she mentions that we were studying the second stages of this parasite, the face huggers. And it's those things in the tubes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the what?
Yeah. And then she maybe explains to you very briefly that there's a stage in the process of the parasite's evolution where it lays an embryo in a host, but we haven't really been able to fully experiment with any of this, and we don't fully understand the full stages of the parasite's evolution. And then once the facility went into lockdown, I got stuck in the surgery room. All experiments have ceased at that point. And at that, you enter into the ops room here. And here you find a couple kind of key things. One of which is you notice that there is the CCTV system on kind of one of the sections. And, this is basically the camera system of the facility. You can use that to kind of flick through the various wings and sections of the facility. And there's also some personal data transmitters that the colonists here use to kind of track each other. Basically, each of you are surgically implanted with a chip that you can use to track where everybody is in the facility. And of course, there's a general system that you can use to call for help.
Yeah, so I'm beelining to the tracking system, see if I can pick up where Osterman
Yeah, I'm
is.
going to the comms and see if I can get a message out.
Okay. Real quick, as you look at the tracking system, you get a ping of a couple individuals that are their life signs are still registering. One of which is Osterman, who is currently inside the casino.
Okay, so we know that Osterman's still alive in the casino.
You also get a faint, I don't know if it would be faint. I don't know how it's, I would say it's binary. It's either on or off. You get a ping from obviously Dr. Kaminsky, and also another person, Angela Lynn, who's also in the casino.
Okay.
Strangely, there are no other colonists that seem to be in the main building.
Hey, MacWhirr, almost everyone's dead. But Osterman's still alive in the casino with Lynn.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can get this message out. I'm guessing I need a contact roll to fire off a distress signal.
Yep. However, I'm going to say as you are doing that, I'm going to give you a -2 penalty because you realize that the comm system, not mechanically, but it's been sabotaged. Somehow the comms unit has been shut off.
Okay.
So you do succeed in basically turning on the unit or whatever, but you realize that you're not going to be able to get a full distress. Is that what you're trying to do? You're basically trying to get it's not currently operating properly. The sabotage has basically shut off the comms unit, and you realize that the only way to kind of properly get a distress signal is to get to the shuttle.
Okay. Someone sabotaged the comms unit, I guess. Who would have access to that? We got to get to the shuttle. Let's get Osterman and Lynn. Let's get the fuck off this moon.
I'm going to ask the doctor if she has a way of contacting Weyland-Yutani or if it's all just the same.
She says that she's had trouble getting access to anyone. As soon as the lockdown came into effect, she hasn't been able to make contact.
Okay.
Her only contact was Reynolds, who's dead, who was an agent that came with the shuttle.
Yeah.
And she explains that she had her motivations of coming here once Weyland-Yutani caught wind of the parasite.
Sure.
But the only way to really make any contact is to get to the shuttle. Because the shuttle is a separate entity from the facility, basically. So it has its own separate systems.
Before we leave, I just want to look around and see if there's any more equipment that might be useful for us here.
Yeah, go ahead and give me it is just an ops room, so it's not the armory or anything
Yeah, but there
like
could
that.
be flashlights or something. I don't know.
But go ahead and give me a observation roll.
I can help if you want, I guess.
Sure.
If that adds a
Yeah,
dice.
I'll help as well.
Okay.
1.
Okay, so you can roll once. Give me a roll.
3.
You find a power cell.
Oh, okay.
So a power cell, it can be used to basically recharge any items that you use powers, like the tracker or what have you.
Speaking of which, I think before we go out in the hallway, I want to use that motion tracker to just see if the hallway is clear.
So where do you position yourself as you're about to use this
Maybe
tracker?
by the door to
Okay.
try and get hallway.
So yeah, you kind of like, so go ahead and use the power, and then you begin to scan, and you get like some faint pings on the other side, and then as you're kind of like scanning around you, you get a ping from behind you.
Turn around.
You don't see anything, but then you just hear like bang, bang, and then
Let's
in
go.
the vents above you, you hear like kind of moving quickly towards basically this section here.
Gonna open the door.
Yeah,
Out
you
into
can
the
open the
hallway.
door, and as you open the door and kind of exit out,
Mhm.
you once again, like maybe you close the door behind you, and like as you just managed to close the door.
Whoever's behind, then last would close the door if I ran out first.
Hirsh.
Okay, so
probably.
Hirsh, you close the door and you catch a glimpse of something like jump out of the vents, like right in front of the door, and you manage to close it like before anything happens, and you like close the door, and you hear kind of like screeching coming from the other side, and like again like banging on the door, and you sort of like start to back away, and you guys were going to move towards the casino.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think this is a sprint situation.
So literally like after you guys are like, okay, and then you like turn around to run towards the other side of the corridor, you just see standing at the other side of the corridor, you see the horror that is one of these creatures that has been stalking you. You see in its full upright position the eyeless alien that is a xenomorph. It's black, kind of like slick, armored skin as it begins to like, it was almost like in stalking mode as like as it was making its way into this corridor, and then just begins sprinting towards all of you with like unnatural speed as you pull out guns and other weapons to prepare yourself. And here's a song from Band We Like.
That was Numbers by Dower, and in the middle of the episode you heard Bloom Effect and their song Itero. If you enjoyed this episode of Alien Creepiness, please give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, or if your podcatcher lets you do that, why not 5 stars? You can also find Dungeon Punks on YouTube now, so head on over there and subscribe, maybe like and comment on all of the episodes, why not? Or if you want to help us out the old-fashioned way, you can just tell a friend. If you want to go the extra mile in supporting Dungeon Punks, you can do so on Patreon. For only $5 a month, you will get talkback episodes, you'll get bonus games, deleted scenes for every episode, and more fun stuff. You can check that out at patreon.com/dungeonpunks. If you want to chat about these episodes, you can hit us up on our Discord channel, or check us out on social media. We're usually most active on Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok. Check those out in the links in the description to this episode. Dungeon Punks was produced by Kirk Hamilton for the 604 Podcast Network.